Hi, boys and girls. This is Ms. Kathy. I'm so happy you've joined me today for another story just for you. My Grandma's Faith by Hannah Tyler. "What's wrong, Mom?" I questioned as my mother hurried through the door. She had just come home from taking my grandma to the doctor to have her leg checked out. She had fallen. Again. Mom looked as though she had been crying, so I backed off asking any more questions. That evening at supper, Mom explained to me what the doctor had said. He talked to Grandma a little bit, and then he said he wants her to get some tests to make sure there isn't something making her black out. We hope it's just one of her new medicines causing side effects. But we soon learned that wasn't the case. After being poked and prodded like a lab rat, my grandma was diagnosed with amyotrophic lateral sclerosis, ALS. It's a terrible disease that will slowly deteriorate her muscles until they're useless, and the worst part is that the doctors don't have a cure for it. When she told me about Grandma's illness, my mom started crying. "Things around here are going to have to change," she informed me, "and it won't be easy." She then announced that Grandma and all of her things were going to be moved out of her cozy little apartment and into our house. How can this happen? I wondered. Grandma has already gone through so much. First, she had the car wreck that broke her kneecap. Then, while she was confined to a walker, she slipped and broke her other kneecap. Even after several surgeries, she's still stuck in a stupid wheelchair with this intense disease that the doctors can't cure. And as if that's not enough, the doctors estimate that she has 3 years or less to live. How could things get any worse? But I had gotten only the gist of it. Mom told me that the disease would not only shorten Grandma's life, but in her last few months she'd be unable to lift a finger, eat, or even breathe on her own. She'd have to rely on machines to do the necessary things to continue what little life she had left. I was absolutely devastated. That night I begged God to help my grandma. Why, Lord, I wondered, why her? She doesn't deserve this. I couldn't go to sleep. I just lay wide awake wondering, praying, and pleading with God to give me peace and help me accept the terrible fact that life as I knew it was about to change, drastically. In the morning, we started moving our stuff out of the room in which Grandma was going to live. I still didn't get it and wondered, why would God do this to her? She's not a bad person. In fact, she's one of the most caring people I know. Why is God punishing her? The questions kept buzzing through my head. Then Mom got home with Grandma. I was shocked to see my grandma with the biggest grin ever. How can she be smiling? I wondered to myself. The worst thing possible is happening, and she's actually smiling. I couldn't believe it. After everyone else had scattered, I finally got the courage to confront her. "How can you be so happy?" I asked. She simply replied, "Faith." At first it made no sense to me. What on earth does that mean? Faith? I questioned silently. I now realize exactly what she meant, for my grandma is teaching me about faith every day. She believes that people should count their blessings no matter how hard life gets. She says that one of her blessings is being much closer to her daughter and her 4 grandbabies, as she calls us. She's the only woman I know who's in the worst situation and can still turn it around and get excited about what's yet to come. She knows and believes in heaven, a far better place, and no matter what happens, I know she'll always have a place in my heart. My grandma has shown me what faith truly means. It means being strong in the worst of times and trusting that only God knows what's best for our future. It means knowing we shouldn't complain because things will turn around one way or another. I hope to someday have the same amazing faith and confidence in God that my wonderful, loving grandmother has.
The story you have heard today is from God's Greatest Stories, written by various authors and compiled by Randy Fischel, and used with permission from the Pacific Press Publishing Association. If you're interested in any other books published by the Seventh-day Adventist Church, please visit AdventistBookCenter.com or call 1-800-765-6955.
This podcast is a production of the Carolina Conference of the Seventh-day Adventist Church.